Hello student, myself Rajeshri Patil, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science. Today I am going to explain regarding introduction to PowerPoint and different uses of PowerPoint. So in this topic I will explain regarding introduction regarding PowerPoint, development of Microsoft PowerPoint, how to open PowerPoint presentation, different components of PowerPoint and different uses of PowerPoint presentation. So let us first know something introduction regarding this PowerPoint. Microsoft PowerPoint is a professional presentation program that allows to use to create presentation slides and that can be displayed on the computer screen or through the project that is plugged into the computer. So it is one of a professional presentation program for presenting our business information or business statistic or business growth or maybe in the college regarding like marks percentage, maybe students number of student admission taken. These all things we can diagrammatically we can present by using projector that is plugged into the computer. For that purpose we can use our Microsoft PowerPoint, and a PowerPoint presentation is a good way to convey the piece of information, usually in the form of outline or to a large audience. This PowerPoint we can also use to convey whatever the information easily we can convey to the a group of people or a large number of audience in a easy manner we can convey. Third point is PowerPoint presentation appearing to the user because appealing to the users because they are easy to create and edit and generally small enough to fit onto a CD or USB jump drive. USB jump drive. The power presentations are appealing to the user. It means that easily we can appeal to the user and easy to create as well as easy to edit. Means anything changes you want to make easily you can make, and it is small enough to fit down to the CD, or we can plug that whatever maybe wherever you are creating, no, yeah, that using this USB cable we can connect to the any drive easily. So this is something introduction regarding this PowerPoint, and now how this development of micro PowerPoint will be existed. This program was created by the software company named Forethought in by Robert Gaskins and Dennis Austin. These two people they had developed this software, and it was released on April 20, 1987, and after 3 months of its creation it was acquired by the Microsoft. Means after created maybe in the April 20, 1987, after 3 months it has been adapted by this Microsoft people. The first version of this program when introduced by the Microsoft was MS PowerPoint 2.0. So whatever the first version they had created, they called it as a PowerPoint 2.0, and it has been developed in the year 1990. It is a presentation based program which uses graphics, video to make a presentation more interactive and interesting. So it is one of a presentation program already I had explained, which uses graphics, videos, and which makes our presentation more interactive as well as interesting. So wherever we are using it will create somewhat interesting to the audience as well as interactive to the audience. The file extension of this saved PowerPoint presentation is .ppt. So whenever you are creating a presentation and when you want to save it, its extension should be extension is .ppt, like file name .ppt. So now how to open a PowerPoint. So let us first we have to go to the start button in your computer. Go to the start button, left corner of your computer there will be the start button, click on that, and later move to the program. Already I had shown in the figure, just view the figure, and then in that program you have to click on Microsoft PowerPoint 2003, whichever the versions you have in your computer, just you have to click on that. or double click on that, a shortcut icon on the desktop, and that in the Microsoft, go to the program and then click on Microsoft Office. In that one, you have to click on Microsoft Office PowerPoint 2003 or whatever it may be. Double click, and then the PowerPoint will be loaded on your computer. So this is when you'll open, double click on that PowerPoint 2003, no, this image will be opened. This image consists of, there are different what you'll called as components are present in the this PowerPoint window. Like this above one is the title bar, and below of that is the menu bar, and below of the menu bar there is a standard toolbar will be there, and a certain right side of standard toolbar there is a formatting toolbar will be there, and below, exactly below of that formatting toolbar, we have a task pane, and at the right side of menu bar there is a outline or thumbnail pane will be there, and then there are certain view buttons we have, and last, just below of your PowerPoint presentation we have a status bar, and there are certain drawing toolbars also available just above the status bar, and there is a note pane will be there, notes pane will be there, means you can write notes regarding the that present slide, and that whatever the actual thing you want to present, that is present at the middle of the this PowerPoint screen, that is like click to add title or click to add subtitle. Let us now study one by one different components of this toolbar. One is standard toolbar. Standard toolbar is made up of common Windows commands. So here we have a certain standard toolbars. Toolbar means there are tools are available, like to open a new file, or to save a file, or open existing one, to print something. There are a number of tools are available, and that is called as standard toolbar. A formatting toolbar is made up of common formatting commands. Formatting toolbar in the sense of it's certain text you can select. Suppose you want to change the font style of that, like maybe size you want to change, or style you want to change, or you want to make it as a bold, italic, underline, or you have to provide alignment like this. Something format you want to provide for the text. In that case, we are using this formatting toolbar. So again, there is a quick access toolbar will be present at the left corner of your screen. This bar is located at the top left corner of the window. This is a group of commonly used commands which makes easy to execute certain procedures. Mostly it contains save, undo, redo, run, slide commands, etc. These are the different quick access toolbar. Just exactly left of the top of the screen, these commands are present, means quickly you can access and you can use those things. For that purpose, this quick access toolbar will be there. Next, title bar. So the name itself tells, that is it will tell the title of that PowerPoint presentation. It will be at the upper portion of your PowerPoint window. It is present there. It shows quick access toolbar at the left corner of the screen, top screen, and the name of the opened file along with the name of the program. So the name of the program will be there, name of the file along with the name of the program will be there. A sign in ribbon display, that is a maximize, minimize, and the close button at the right of the screen will be there at the top of that. And there are several control buttons we have to have. There are also the buttons located in the upper part of the window. It allows to minimize, maximize, and maximize the size of the window and close the current document. Just now only I told that. It consists of, at the top of the right side of the window, those whatever the buttons are there, no, like minimize button will be there, maximize button, and close button will be there. These all are called as control buttons. Next, ribbon. The ribbon is the second section of the PowerPoint window. It consists of following components like menus, groups, and commands. You know, at the top of the window, after the title bar, there is a menu bar will be there. That menu located at the top sections below the title bar and contains a group of related commands. So it consists of different menus like file, home, insert, design, transition, many more menus we have to have at just below of the title bar. And groups are the combination of organized related commands. Each group name appears below the group sections. So every commands, if you click on that, every menu will click on that, there we have a group of combination of organized related commands will be available. Just you click on any menus, there are certain groups are available. So those will called as a groups, and further these groups have certain commands. So group of commands are there. They are predefined instructions of the executable program. It exists in the form of icons in the ribbons. Example, a group slide which contains new slide, layout, reset, sections, etc. like this. Certain executable program commands are available in this one. Next, menu. So in the menu we have a home tab and the insert tab will be there. The home tab is organized in 7 groups mainly related to the slide layout and the formatting, and related to the slide layout and the formatting, like clipboard, slides, font, paragraph, drawing and editing. For example, home tab will be allow you to quickly create a new slide, choosing layout, add and format the text and shape. So when you click on that home tab, these are the different slide layout and the formattings will be available. Insert tab is organized in 5 groups. Further, this insert tab has been organized in 5 groups: tables, illustration, links, text, and media clips. Here you find all the objects you would include with your slides, such as tables, pictures, diagrams, charts, text box, sounds, hyperlinks, headers, and footers. So these are the different commands are available in the insert tab. Next, design tab. A design tab is organized in 3 groups like page setup, themes, and background. Once again, this whenever you will click on this design tab, further it has been classified into 3 groups like page setup, themes, and backgrounds. The theme group command allows us to completely change the look of your presentation. So especially this theme is used to allow us to completely change the look of the presentation. This includes colors, backgrounds, and font. So we can provide the our presentation different colors, backgrounds, and font. For that purpose, we are going for this design tab. So next comes animation tab. So this animation tab is organized in 3 groups: preview, animation, and transition to the slides. So after providing the certain changes like color, background, font, themes, we can preview our documents. As well as in animation tab, we have to have one more option, that is animations we can provide to our slides. As well as transitions, means we can move from one slide to the another slide. For this purpose, we are going for this what you'll call as a transition. Here is where we find the tools to set the animating effects to your presentation and slide generation. Especially this animation tab we are using to provide the animation effect to our presentation as well as a slide transitions to our presentations. Slideshow tab. The slideshow tab is organized in 3 groups: start slideshow, setup, and monitors. Here is where you prepare your presentation, add narration, choose which slides to start with, and set up the view when multiple monitors are involved. So you can provide the from which slide onward you want to view your presentation. For that purpose, we are using this what is called as a slideshow tab. Next, review tab. A review tab is organized in 3 groups: proofing, comments, and product. Here is where you find your spelling and grammar checker. So we can provide the spelling corrections and certain grammar checker we can provide. In addition to this, when we have some review your presentation, this is where the comments can be added and addressed. Means certain comments we want to add regarding that slide, we can use this what is called as a review tab. A view tab. View tab is organized into 6 groups like presentation view, show or hide, zoom, color, grayscale, window, macros. So these are the 6 groups are there in view tab. Here you can change the display of our presentation. Make quick switches to notes, page, view, turn on grid lines, or arrange all all our open presentation in the window. So in which way we want to view our presentation? Maybe we want to hide or show or zoom, or maybe in color or gray color. So in windows we can add it, and macros we can add, and we can view our presentation. For that purpose we are using this view tab. Next consists of slide area. This is the area where actual slide is created and edited. Means middle part of our this presentation, that we can say as a slide area, where we can add a text, edit a text, delete a text, and we can add certain images, shapes, and multimedia in this section. Slide sheet. It is a sheet that shows a scheme with the title and work area. So mean on which seat you are working, left side of our presentation, we can view this slide sheet section, where we can see on which slide we are working. Besides that, it allows us to visualize the thumbnail of the created slide. So already I had explained in the components of that presentation slide. Just left to our slide area, we have this slide sheet. Slide view buttons. There are four buttons at the left to the zoom control contains. Series of icons will be there. Is allowed us to switch among the PowerPoint views. So switch from one slides to another. In that case, we can go for this slide views buttons. Normal view. This shows the normal view of presentation with slide sheet on the right and slide thumbnail to the left. Normal view normally, so how actually our slide will be look, no, that is called as a normal view. And this view allows us to select the working slide and also rearrange them. So whenever some slides we want to rearrange, that also we can do in this one. The most commonly used view to create, edit, modify our presentation. Next one is slide sorter view. It displays all the slides in the tabular form. This view allows us to arrange the slides only. Slide sorter view is commonly used to delete the slides, rearrange the slides, cut, copy, and paste the slides. Especially the slide sorter view we are using to display all the slides in a tabular manner, or we can arrange the slides in a sorted manner, or maybe delete a slide, rearrange the slide, cut, copy, paste the slide. For that purpose we are using the slide sorter view. Reading view. This window allows you to read the slide carefully. So to read the slide carefully, we are using this reading view. The name itself tells that is reading purpose. However, you cannot perform any editing on this one. Means we can view this one for only for reading purpose. Slideshow. This displays run all the slides along with the animation sounds that you have given to the presentation. So this slideshow we can use to show our slide with a different whatever the animations you are providing, and certain sound effect we are providing, as well as certain presentation. This view is used to display each slide full screen the way your audience will see it. Status bar. It is a bar located in the lower area of the PowerPoint document window that shows information related to the current page, such as slide number. So the status bar, it consists of information regarding the PowerPoint, as well as it also consists the page number of that current page number of the slide. Drawing toolbar. This toolbar has the most frequently used drawing commands are present at the just side of the status bar, like text box, arrows, and clip art will be there. Task pane, a window that display the most commonly used commands like layout task pane, color scheme task pane, and animation task pane, just right side of our slide presentation. This task pane will be there. A notes section. This panel allows you to add an opinion on the slide that is activated for those who are in the charge of modifying this document. Means only those persons can be modified, or they can add a certain notes to that particular slide. It is not displayed during the presentation. When you are going for slideshow, at that time we cannot view the note section. It can be observed and taken into consideration your message. Close file button. The close file button will close the current file but leave the application open. Drawing toolbar contains the tools for drawing lines, shapes, and objects. And the last one is help menu provides the quick access to help topics. Certain topics you can use here. Next one is there are certain uses of PowerPoint presentation in our day-to-day life. The first one is in education. We can use a PowerPoint presentation with e-learning and smart classes being chosen as a common mode of education today. PowerPoint presentation can help in making education more interactive, attract the students towards the modified version of the study. So this using PowerPoint presentation, we can make our students interactive as well as attract towards the modified version of study. So already you know that due to this COVID, today we almost I think everything we are studying in a online manner. So in that case, if we'll make our presentation somewhat in interactive, so that we can attract the students to our what you call as in our class, we can make them in a somewhat interactive as well as attractive towards our explanation. And the next second point, second use of this PowerPoint presentation is in marketing. In the field of marketing, PowerPoint presentation can be extremely important. Using graphs and charts, numbers, and can be show more evidently and clearly. So in the marketing side, like marketing peoples, they can use this presentation to show their market status. Like maybe they can use certain graphs, charts, and numbers can be shown more evidently, means they can provide certain evidence as well as they can explain clearly regarding the status of their market, status of their business or something. They can show clearly to the uh, people, means they can convince their ideas to the people. Business is all about creating plan, executing marketing strategy, making processes and system easier to follow and integrate. So in this case, the PowerPoint is used to create business plan, organizational structure, marketing plan, execution strategy, process and system. In all these cases, we can use the PowerPoint presentation. Creating resume, as well as we can use our PowerPoint presentation to create the digital resumes. It can be formed using MS PowerPoint. Different patterns, photographs, etc. can be added in the resume. So to add different types of patterns and animations, certain graphs and photographs also we can add to our resumes. And last one is depicting the growth. Since both graphics and text can be added in a presentation, so it will depict the growth of a company or a business, student marks, etc. is easier to using the PPT. So we can show a growth in any field, maybe regarding in a company or maybe regarding business or maybe in a college, to show the student marks or maybe admissions in our department. So how ups and downs will be happen by showing the status bar or drawing graphics, pie chart. Using the pie chart also we can show the clear growth of our student, maybe regarding their marks or regarding maybe their admissions. As well as in company also they can show the growth of their company. Maybe in a business side also we can use uh, clearly it will explain regarding the growth of company or business. And maybe in the college also we can use like showing the growth of a student, especially in marks. So these are the books I refer. Thank you.